Howdy, howdy, fellas. Got a World War Ships Legends match today. In the Vampire 2 with Hector Waller. This is my build. I love the presets because I've got a specific build for Haida and one for Vampire 2. I think there's only two ships that you realistically want to use Waller on. Oh, you know what? No. There's the tier 2 one, the vampire, the OG vampire. It's tier 2, right? So yeah, maybe him, but I don't care about that. But anyway, there's literally two ships that can realistically use him that matter. And I want a different build for each of them, and so I love these presets. I love this so much. Like, the stuff that's been going on, Wargaming, we'll see if it keeps up. The most recent update had a lot of great stuff. Somehow people still found stuff to complain about, but it was a lot of good stuff. And the presets, I'm just loving this. Looking at the commanders, that was the update before, right? It was recent anyway. There's like a lot of stuff cooking. But anyway, we're here on Trap. Two destroyers on the enemy team. I think they're both Shimas. I'll have to double check. This double Wisconsin division, and they're doing exactly what I would expect a double Wisconsin division to do, is sitting together holding hands and just really, I mean, it's not awful, but it's like, that's really not the optimal way to play really any ship. You know, be close enough to support each other, but not close enough to, so your sailors can smooch each other all day or whatever they're doing. Target locator points over here, trying to tell my team. Launched early torps, dodged those. We're spotted. Hey, it's a Shima. Yep, there he goes. I think he still has a rack left because we saw 2 racks, so I am expecting one more, and I want to make sure I don't get sunk by that. Basically, at this point, you know, engine got knocked. I was talking with someone on Reddit about that, and it's like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, my engine gets knocked all the time. You know, Waller has that skill that even makes it harder to do that. I pop it because I saw that torpedo that went to my right was going to hit me, so I'm like, I think I can dodge it if I damage con the engine, so I can just move up a little bit and sneak past it. Sure enough, we did, and we got that Shima down. So we've taken out a Shima in the first, what is that, 2 minutes and 10 seconds, 15 seconds of the match. That's a really big lead for our team if we take advantage of it. Now, 2 main reasons I wanted to make this video. First one is just kind of update my opinion on the Vampire as I've played it more. There's a couple of things. No, sorry. I'll come back to that because I got plenty of time for that. One of the things I wanted to talk about in this video is, like, just look at my team. Look at how far they are back from the cap, considering I just wiped out a Shima. Like, I get it. If you're a battleship and you see that there's 2 Shimas on the red team, you don't want to just charge into the cap. Like, that's reasonable. You know, if those 2 launches that he sent down that kind of gap at the south of A, where we are, if there were 2 battleships right there eating a face full of those torpedoes, like, suddenly this match looks a lot worse than it does. But I just wiped him out. We saw the torpedoes, like, these guys are so far away. You know, these Wisconsins are 10 kilometers from me. Those guys are probably 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers the other way. It's like, guys, you're really far from the cap. I'm pinging where the destroyer is. We just saw torpedoes launch on me. Like, move in a little bit. You know, stop firing for a second, go dark, get cover, move in to support me. Because if you just, you know, look at the map, our whole team is a line 10 kilometers back from the cap. Their team, not, you know, the guys north of A are about as far, but those Wisconsins north of B are right on the cap, and the ships north of C are right on the cap. And so it's just like, we're a team. I mean, that was definitely the theme of my play today, is I had a lot of matches where it's just like, where is everyone? Got a nice hit on that Wisconsin. The Vampire 2 doesn't have amazing torpedoes, but they are long range. I think they're the same as the Brisbane. Oh, sorry, let me pause for a second. So here we've got the Shimakaze, the second Shimakaze. I pinged like a million times that he's right there. We know he's right there. I'm getting whacked by the support ships Where's the incoming fire on the Shima? Nowhere. So that's 2 ships. Oh, actually, I take that back. I didn't see it in the match, but I just saw it come in. So there was some support fire on him. I don't know if they hit, but there were some shots coming in, so I take it back. That's one of the reasons I like to watch these back, is sometimes I notice things I didn't in the heat of the moment. I was already targeting this Wisconsin. I didn't see those shells coming over my shoulder. So, okay, my team actually did shoot it. So that makes me feel a lot better. I don't know if they hit it. It felt like I was taking more fire in the moment. More fire. But it's fine. I don't want to particularly take that fight on the Shima at this moment, even though I think I would beat the Shima. He's closer to his support because mine is so far back. Even if I beat him, I think I'm going to take a lot of incoming fire. So basically, I just backed off. I don't have any of my consumables up. My sonar is going to be up in a little bit. I would love to not have him take the cap, but I feel like I'm going to take too much damage. This Burgoyne has been after me the whole game. I know he's waiting for me, so I'll just chill for a second. Here we see the Shima. Yeah, like he's got great concealment. They did nerf the Shimakaze's concealment, I don't know, a while ago. Yeah, see, God, like just bam, bam, bam. I'm spotted for about as much time as the Shima is, maybe a slightly bit longer. And it's just like whack, whack, whack. Everybody's after me. We're team. All right, so here he is. Like, where's the team? Where's the team? It's fine. In just a second, I'm going to have my sonar up. I can push up and take him out, hopefully. But I can also dodge torpedoes as they come in. Looking at him, I don't think he has space to get out. And then, spotted again. More shells incoming. Like, oh my goodness, I am just a punching bag for the team. Especially since my team is so far back that they can't support me by shooting the Shima or by realistically keeping these battleships off of me. And I know that. Now is the time to talk about what I've come to maybe understand a little bit more and respect more about the Shima. I think the Shima. Not playing that. You don't want to see me play that thing. What I've come to respect a little bit more about the Vampire, both by learning how to play it a little bit better. I'm a lot more comfortable with the crawling smoke. I don't know that I use it to its full advantage in this match. It's what I've done so far is very similar to what you could get away with a similar smoke or with a traditional smoke. But I have started to figure out a few tricks that you can get away with the crawling smoke. You can kind of peek in and out. You can use it to scout, fire, disrupt in a way that you can't with a traditional smoke. And as I get more kind of fluent in that, I shot again. Good grief. As I get more fluid in that, I appreciate it more, and I'm just better at it. So, here, shot again. No one's shooting the Shima. But it's fine, because the second part of what I have begun to appreciate more about the Vampire is I don't know that it's the tankiest in all aspects, in all instances. You know, like the Khabarovsk has the 50mm side plating. The Kleber is just wicked fast. What do we have? What else do we have? Oh, Lucian has the 2 or 3 ridiculous heals. So there are a lot of destroyers in the game that are quite survivable. But with a fully ranked Waller, and I think he kind of does need to be fully ranked because that puts his health regeneration skill at 5.5 kilometers. You are very tanky, and you have hypothetically infinite, but realistically, you will take more damage than you can return. But you can regenerate health, and so it makes the Vampire this, you have a powerful consumable suite, but because you have that steadfast soldier skill, look at what I can do right here. Pretty much any other destroyer in the game, this is incredibly risky. You know, I'm basically at 1 shot potential for the Shima. Yeah, there's Guts. I was gonna say, I don't know if he gets one off, but look, I've gained health in this engagement. That's insane. I'm running Bergamini and the, I don't know, Ironclad or something like that. Waller's 4th row skill that does something. I think it decreases the chance your engines get knocked, but then it also reduces the damage you take, and then as you lose health, and then Bergamini does the same thing. And so I've stacked those together, and so as I get lower health, I take a lot less damage, and I regenerate health. And so it's like you're not going to tank a light cruiser, you're not going to tank a Des Moines. They will absolutely wreck you. If a battleship has HE loaded, they will wreck you. If they have AP loaded and hit a lot of shots, they will wreck you. You're not invincible, but you have this kind of, in and out cat and mouse. You're very annoying, very hard to kill in a way that a lot of other destroyers aren't. And like the damage just doesn't stick to you. Destroyers fundamentally prior to this have a limited health pool. Every ship does to some degree. This is a little bit reminiscent of the old Wilderer build. I don't know if anybody remembers that. It was ridiculous. I think this is a little more fair because you have to be kind of in the danger zone for it to take effect. You can't just hold hands with a buddy. But it's really good. I really like it, and especially my preferred playstyle. Get in close, delete the enemy destroyers, and then anything else you can do is a bonus. This lets me take on other gunboats. If I eat a torpedo from a Shimakaze, I will often survive it, and it doesn't mean like my game's over. And the daring, which I was going to make a double header, but I actually have just been playing the vampire so much I don't have a great daring video on hand at the moment. I really like the daring. I still like the daring. I've just really been enjoying the slightly different style of play with the vampire, but that it gives me a confidence that my game's not going to be over with one mistake that most destroyers don't have. And I enjoy that. I think that's kind of cool. I've actually had percolating in the back of my head for quite a while that I wish heals were more impactful on more ships, encourage the risk taking but not so far gone that you actually get sunk. But whatever, it'd probably break the game. Yeah, defense goes down. My team, the destroyer was at the back of the map. Whatever. You guys saw the team. What are they doing? But we did have some help on the team. That was a pretty good match in the vampire, and I think it does show off that resilience that you get in the vampire, being able to take the fight to multiple ships in a row without having to worry too much about your health. You do have to watch it. Oh, and your modules will get knocked. You saw some of that in that first Shima engagement. That's one of the biggest problems it has, is if you lose all your modules, you can't do anything. So, GG, try out the vampire if you have a fully leveled Waller. Bye-bye.